those who are passing by 65 or something and wondering what's to come, I want to try to offer a sneak peek. To start with, to be reassuring, I feel very little pain on a day-to-day basis. When I get up in the morning, if I haven't stretched the day before, my back, my lower back is kind of tight to the point where it's sort of painful to bend over the first few minutes until I get to moving around, then it's gone for the rest of the day. And if I bend over, it doesn't grab up and hurt. As far as rheumatoid pain, arthritis pain, I've got this one joint here that sometimes gets sore and kind of even swells a little bit and hurts. But right now, nothing. So I'm just not being weighted down by arthritic pain. Somebody's chopping something outside here. You've got to be pretty lucky or get up and start very early in the morning to avoid some noise around this place. But at any rate, the biggest thing about having gotten past 80 is that my balance. And after several sessions with physical therapists, one of them finally explained to me that your muscles have to, as she put it, fire when you move your weight from one foot to the other. And if they don't, you feel like you're dropping your weight onto the foot that you don't have the weight on at the moment. And that really surprised me when she explained that to me. But your buttocks and your very lowest part of your back has to fire to catch that foot as the weight shifts onto it. Lots of water aerobics have helped a lot with that, but I still have it, and I'm particularly aware of it when I get tired. And I was talking this morning with Mary about this, and she says that she really notices that I drag a foot when I'm tired, in addition to slowing way down. Of course, slowing down is a big factor in aging. I just walk slower than I used to, and I can push myself a certain amount, but really the only way to be able to walk faster is to walk more, get in stronger condition. This all started sometime around age 78, I think, trying to recount it, and I first became aware of it walking to the beach. I realized I was sort of lurching one side and then the other. That's gotten better with a lot of water aerobics, but it hasn't gone away. But in terms of balance and kind of lurching, if you're younger, it would be hard for you to imagine, unless you've had an injury in a knee or hip joint, how different it is to get, for me, into my 80s. I pay attention to every step I take. I think about it. I put my foot there, I put my foot there, and I move around the house, and I just don't just move easily and forget about it. That's just the name of the game now. You're aware, and you don't just hop up out of your chair and blip over to the coffee pot and pour some more coffee. You stand up and then you walk over there. That's a big change with passing 80, and it's just there. In terms of other things, I sometimes now, when I'm in town and going on a route that I'm somewhat familiar with, particularly if I haven't been on it quite recently, I can have a bit of confusion. That's a change. It's not bad. I've had two of the biggest people in my life, Governor Straub and a former senator named Keith Burns, who couldn't find their way home one day from downtown. And that was the wake-up call of their massive memory loss. I'm not experiencing that. But I've got to pay attention when I'm moving around in a car, and particularly if I'm going somewhere where I haven't recently. I got to pay attention. It doesn't just come so smoothly as it used to. Driving, not too bad. Back in my late 40s, I had to screw down a little harder about watching lane changes. My late wife pointed out to me rather aggressively a couple of times that when I was going to work and I was moving from the center lane into the left lane in order to turn onto the Morrison Bridge, that I just kind of meander over there without really looking carefully in the rearview mirror. I've now, in my Chevy Bolt, got little flashers that come up if there's somebody in your blind spot or close to you, and those are a huge help to me, both in parking and in lane changes. So I do pretty well on that, but I have to keep telling myself, Jan, pay attention, pay attention, you gotta be alert. And it works pretty well. Of course, I don't drink and drive even one drink now, so that helps. So, and Mary said I should also mention that with advanced aging, you're constantly carrying the burden of one after another of your closest friends and relatives dying. And that is a hell of a burden. And it makes you more aware of your own mortality, but it also exposes you to a lot of pain. I'll go into that in more length when I talk about my friends that were lifelong or very long time friends, because I have lost some of them, and I'll comment on that then. But this is a little sneak preview. I hope it's helpful to you if you're wondering about what's it going to be like. It doesn't feel bad. You got less energy, tire more easily, so then you budget your day and you figure out what it is you want to get done that day and you get about doing it, knowing that by mid-afternoon you'll probably be kind of tired. But in the morning, with 2 or 3 cups of coffee, you can fire around pretty well. It's not all bad, okay?